The Great Rewiring, navigating the structural chasm between technological sovereignty and social homeostasis.
Welcome to the XFO Intelligence Podcast. Today we're diving deep into the Great Rewiring, navigating the structural chasm between technological sovereignty and social homeostasis. We're exploring why the next era of modernization hinges on shifting from capital-intensive production to building biological and social resilience. Let's begin. We often talk about efficiency and growth, but China is at a monumental turning point. The country's shift from a debt-driven, real estate-anchored growth model to an innovation-powered economy isn't just a policy tweak. It's a fundamental rewiring of the nation's DNA. But there's a looming structural chasm. The old economy that supported broad employment and middle-class wealth is being pared down, while the new economy, despite its technological advances, isn't absorbing labor at the same scale. We're not just facing growing pains. We're witnessing a system struggling to maintain equilibrium between technology and society. Let's break it down. Section I, the ghost in the machine. China's rapid economic ascent was built on the self-reinforcing loop. Land sales funded infrastructure. Infrastructure attracted manufacturing, and wealth flowed back into real estate. Real estate wasn't just about homes. It was the universal collateral anchor. It turned state-led investment into household purchasing power. But that anchor is dissolving. The property bubble is being deflated to curb risk, but that unravels the financial system's old logic. Falling real estate values choke credit access. SMEs lose working capital. Wages stagnate, and housing demand falls further. It's not policy failure. It's the consequence of fast changes to a system that once relied on a single, volatile asset class. Section 2. The bifurcation of capital. Now, capital and state resources are rerouting. One side, the core force, semiconductors, AI, green energy, gets heavy support. The other, the periphery, private SMEs and the urban middle class, is being squeezed by tight credit and low demand. Capital rushes to guaranteed high-tech champions, creating a top-heavy economy. This efficiency trap drives remarkable advances at the top, but leaves the broader workforce languishing. You can't sustain growth only with apex predators. Without a vibrant domestic market, the system unbalances. Section 3. The biological circuit breaker. Let's talk demographics. The phenomena of lying flat and dropping fertility rates aren't laziness. They're systemic responses. Participation in the old success cycle, overpriced homes, hyper-competitive education, became too costly. The biological response? Withdraw. Lying flat is a thermodynamic correction. It signals that the energy return on investment of starting families, working long hours, no longer matches the costs. If this isn't addressed, demographic withdrawal could undercut the nation's resilience more than any external threat. Section 4. The strategic playbook. What's the path forward? The state must orchestrate a phased rewiring towards systemic homeostasis. First, credit rewiring. Sever the old collateral knot. Credit must be tied to labor and cash flow, not to real estate. State-owned banks need to accept future cash flow projections for SME loans. A nationwide guarantor fund can absorb default risk and free the private sector from the real estate trap. Second, subsidizing the biological base. Shift from production subsidies to consumption socialization. Universal child care, elder care, and education vouchers. These can be funded by progressive taxes on data monopolies. Lowering the cost of living turns precautionary savings into consumption and family formation. Third, network expansion. The tech economy struggles to absorb labor. Launch a silver and green infrastructure blitz. Retrofitting cities for elder care and climate adaptation creates labor-intensive jobs. Deregulate high-value services, healthcare, counseling, niche tourism, areas that thrive on human connection. Fourth, governance rewiring. Stability matters. Institute mandatory public consultation on major policy changes. Develop a systemic stress testing unit to predict policy impacts and ensure social cohesion stays intact. So what's the endgame? Conclusion: the shield and the heart. Technological sovereignty, the shield, protects the nation. But a resilient, consumption-driven society, the heart, sustains it. Lowering structural living costs, rebuilding middle-class confidence, and re-engaging the youth won't just complete the transition. It will turn the nation into a homeostatic organism, adaptable, thriving, and enduring. Thanks for joining us on the XFO Intelligence Podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, share, and subscribe. Have feedback or want more information about our new Thought Leadership on Demand service? Email us at xfointelligence@gmail.com. Disclaimer: the views presented here reflect analysis based on current public information and do not constitute financial, legal, or professional advice. Always consult a qualified expert before making major decisions.